Hi, everybody. Jarrod Musick here with you again with another episode of 3-Minute Success. Here today to talk to you about a topic which is near and dear to my heart, which is capital reserves inside a business and on your personal balance sheet. Now, I know what you're thinking, capital reserves, not the world's most exciting topic, but I promise you there are goodies in this one today. So, one of the advantages is interest rate conditions have shifted pretty drastically over the course of the past year, is that we can now actually get decent returns on our capital reserves. So when you're thinking about reserves to back up your business operating, reserves that back up some of your longer term initiatives inside the business, or things that are tied to loan covenants for different term loans or lines of credit that you have in place from your lenders, those are the types of things that we're talking about. When most people think about capital reserves, they think about the old rule of thumb of, hey, I need 6 months of personal needs sitting in the bank in cash at all times. Not a bad place to start, but as a business owner, we know that there are a lot of different demands on our capital. And so when we're holding that much cash, you really want to think about, how do I maximize the utility of that and also the yield that I'm generating on that cash. So the first place that we want to look at is anything that you don't need in the next 3 months. So this would be things that you need to maintain stable value in, but you're probably not going to need them in the next 90 days. What else is out there? So some of the things that have changed a lot are premium money market funds, different municipal bond funds, short-term treasuries. All of those carry yields now that are in excess of 4%. As I record this, things can always change, right? But when you're looking at that, that's a lot different than 0.1% that we were seeing a year ago. Now, at the same time, cash accounts at banking institutions have not changed that much. So your business checking account, personal checking, savings, those are probably still in the 0.25% or less in terms of yield, because lenders just aren't that hungry for deposits yet. So really looking at anything that I don't need in the next 90 days, are there things that I can do that are not going to compromise the availability of that, so the utility of access to that cash, and that are going to provide me an actual better yield on it. When we're thinking about how much to keep, it's so individualized. It's well outside the scope of the 3 minutes that we have here during the session today, but really looking at what are the risks that I'm carrying and how do those risks combine together. So on the business personal side, how much should I keep is really a function of what are my owner distributions likely to look like over the next 6 to 12 months? How confident am I? What expenses do I have on the personal side? Same thing inside the business. What do my loan covenants require? What does my capital stack look like? How much cash do we need on hand to operate? What are the risks? So if you need somebody to help you think through that, that's what we do for a living. Otherwise, work with your team. There are a lot of great resources. Google is your friend. But as long as you're keeping that cash, keep it in a better place. So that's all for today. Be back with you next week.